Yeah, it's media.
This video is the first in the series that looks at representation. In this particular episode, we're looking at mediating reality, which is the way the media manipulates the truth through the way it presents information. And mediating reality is the basis of representation. It's the idea that the truth is changed as soon as you film or capture something. Let's take a look at this simple shot. Here it is cropped, and this is the full photo. You can see how the audience's perception can be changed dramatically because of this simple crop. As soon as you capture an image, sound or video, you are giving a certain reality. You're only showing a certain aspect of that event or that person which has mediated the reality. You're not necessarily changing reality, but you're only giving one perspective. Now, it's not always the case that people go out to change the truth, and maybe that image is very similar to what actually happened. But the truth can be manipulated. You could take one person's comments, distort them, and it would give a very different truth to what that person originally intended. As an example, let's say I was asked to comment on the town of Ipswich. So Grant, what do you think of the town of Ipswich? Well, I'm glad you asked me that. I think it's got some good and bad points. The countryside surrounding Ipswich is fantastic, and it's got some lovely buildings and architecture. But there's definitely some bad points. I think the road systems are dreadful, the traffic is really bad, particularly at rush hour, and I think culturally there's not a lot going on. Now, that silly interview can easily be manipulated to show only the bad sides of Ipswich and make me look like I really hate the place. So Grant, what do you think of the town of Ipswich? So I think the road systems are dreadful, the traffic is really bad, particularly at rush hour, and I think culturally there's not a lot going on. So that's one way of mediating reality, the choice of content and the way you edit it. This is often why people say they've been misquoted in the media. It can be really difficult to defend yourself because you have said those things, but when taken out of context, it can mean something very different to what you intended. Of course, you could have a bit of fun with this. So what do you think of your teachers at school?
And they're really scary, like their teeth, the way they sneak up on you.
Like when their teeth show and then they start growling, everyone starts freaking out.
They're just creepy. They're very fast, small, and they just crawl everyone. I hate that. I really, really hate that. That's horrible.
They're fast and people always think they're going to run after them and start attacking them. And
They're also hairy. I hate hairy. Ugh. No, I don't like that.
as soon as they see other people with their hoods up or hats on, they start freaking out. So they are scary, and I can see why other people would be scared of them.
While some of that might be true, I thought it best to actually include a proper interview just in case you're worried about the teachers. And of course I can assure you that only wonderful, amazing things were said about us. So what do you think of your teachers at school?
I think they're really good. They're very supportive and help you with your studies.
There are other aspects of media language that could be used to give a different meaning. Take the angle of shot, for example. A low angle makes someone seem powerful, a high angle makes someone seem weak. So your choice of either makes the audience feel differently about that person. Then there's the music in the background, the lighting you use. You could use an effect over the top of the footage, a narrator's comment, or maybe even titles. All these could be used to manipulate the truth. Let's look at this clip from the world's wildest police chases.
I'm Sheriff John Bonnell. The role of a police
So we're introduced to the show by this supposed sheriff, who's very confident, talks with real assuredness as if he's been there and done it all, and we can trust him.
But come across a dangerous offender, you better be tough as nails.
Then there's the police cars with their sirens on in the background, which makes it seem all that more exciting. Is a police station really this exciting? Well, probably not.
The man inside this pickup just stole the vehicle out of the owner's driveway.
Then we're introduced to our first bit of action.
In the capital of America, a ride like this might earn him $1 grand at a shady chop shop. Now, with cops on his tail, he's determined to salvage his score.
And we're informed that the driver of this pickup stole it from someone else's driveway.
But his relentless drive to cash in is leaving him blind to other traffic.
Then we seem to get this running commentary of how the driver is feeling.
As he stays laser focused on his payday.
And of course there's no way he could know this, but it's creating a story for the audience and trying to grab their attention so they have a want to find out what happens at the end.
This outlaw's reckless greed has made him a threat to everyone else on the road. At these speeds, one mistake could cost another driver their life.
Again, we're getting a narrative. The outlaw, as he's now known, his reckless greed is endangering other people. Then comes a big crash.
A distracted motorist turns left, hitting the pickup's rear panel.
And we're told it's a distracted motorist. Again, how can the commentator know that this person was distracted? But they're creating a story.
The gas tank must have ruptured on that pickup truck. A startling crash here.
Police rush in to help, but their small extinguishers can't douse the tremendous inferno.
So from this we can see how the commentary makes a huge difference to the audience's perception of reality. So that's mediating reality, how the truth can be manipulated through your choice of shot and imagery. Next time we'll look at how these techniques could be used to give a certain representation of different people and groups. I hope this helps.